It was a quiet Saturday morning in Denver when James Walker, a 62-year-old retired CIA operative, stopped at a small cafe for his usual black coffee. Dressed in jeans and a simple jacket, he looked like any ordinary senior citizen enjoying his day. But as he stepped back outside, a patrol car screeched to a halt beside him. A young police officer jumped out, immediately aggressive. "Hey, old man, move along, don't loiter around here," the cop barked. James calmly explained he had just paid for his coffee, but the officer wasn't interested. Instead, he shoved James back, accusing him of acting suspicious. To the onlookers, it looked like another case of racial profiling, an older black man being harassed without reason. But what no one knew was that James had spent decades serving his country in some of the most dangerous missions abroad. He wasn't just a man to be pushed around. Things escalated when James refused to be intimidated. He stood his ground, speaking firmly. "Officer, I know my rights." Instead of listening, the cop grew more hostile. In a shocking display, he kicked James in the leg, trying to force him to the ground. Gasps erupted from the crowd gathering nearby, phones already recording the entire incident. James stumbled back but didn't fall. His years of training kicked in instantly. Straightening his posture, he locked eyes with the officer, his voice suddenly sharper, carrying the weight of authority. "You just made a mistake." The officer laughed, unaware of the storm he had just unleashed. To him, James was just another civilian he could bully. But to James, this was not only a personal insult, it was an attack on someone who had risked his life countless times to defend the very freedoms the officer was now trampling. When the officer attempted to grab him again, James reacted with calm precision. With a swift defensive maneuver, he neutralized the cop's grip, leaving him off balance without causing real harm. The crowd erupted in cheers, clearly siding with James. "You don't know who you're messing with," James said evenly, pulling out his retired CIA identification card. The officer's face went pale as he read it. Whispers rippled through the crowd. "He's ex-CIA. This guy's the real deal." The phone cameras zoomed in, catching every detail. Suddenly, the dynamic flipped. The officer, who moments ago had all the power, now looked like a rookie caught in a storm far bigger than himself. James wasn't bragging, he was stating a fact. He had spent his life taking down threats far more dangerous than a hot-headed street cop, and he wasn't about to let his dignity be stripped away without a fight. Within minutes, backup units arrived along with the precinct sergeant. Seeing James's credentials and the angry crowd demanding justice, the sergeant quickly ordered the officer to stand down. James was offered an apology on the spot, but the damage had already been done. Videos of the incident spread across social media before the dust even settled. Headlines read, "Retired CIA agent harassed by racist cop, fights back with honor." The officer was suspended pending investigation while James became a symbol of resilience and dignity. Reporters later asked James why he didn't press charges. His response was simple but powerful, because the real fight is about change, not revenge. His words struck a chord nationwide, fueling conversations about respect, accountability, and the dangers of unchecked authority. For the officer, it was a harsh but necessary lesson. Never underestimate someone based on appearances, and never assume abuse of power will go unchallenged.